It's a very privileged moment for me to be part of this very august gathering of the most distinguished scientists and scholars of this country. And of course, scientists who have come from abroad. This is a historic occasion. We are celebrating the 102nd Indian Science Congress. And you have rightly kept the theme of this Congress as Science and Technology for Development. It is in the fitness of things to say that it coincides with the presence of our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, who has a vision of giving the name of human progress the Indian way, and who is synonym with development, whose focus is only on development, and who is highly committed to science and technology. Dear friends, I was just going through the history of the Indian Science Congress. The first Indian Science Congress was organized in the year 1914, and it was organized in Calcutta in the month of January with huge enthusiasm to take science forward, to use the advancements made in science for helping humanity, for improving progress of nations. But the very same year, we saw all the advancements in science being used in the most cruel form to kill each other. I am referring to the world war that happened in the same year. And it has been very, very unfortunate situation that happened in the same year. And when we look back at the history of the 100 years of the Science Congress, we can see it in the backdrop of good times as well as bad times. We can see that it has been associated with good things as well as with bad things. We can see that science can take us to the moon, it can take us to the hell also. It can take us towards light, and it can take us towards the era of darkness. But all these years, in spite of whatever has happened all over the world through science, India has always stood like a rock. We have never used our knowledge of science for negative purposes, for destructive purposes. Rather, we have thoroughly, selflessly shared all our scientific knowledge, whether it is related to the solar systems, whether it is related to medicine, physics, biology, chemistry, earth science, everything we have shared it very selflessly with the whole world. We have always believed in the theory of Vasudev Kutumbakam, and we have always used our knowledge for improving the welfare of the mankind. Our scientists discovered the Pythagoras theorem, but we very sophisticatedly gave its credit to the Greeks. We all know that we knew Bij Ganit much before the Arabs, but very sophisticatedly we allowed this to be called as Al-Jabr or Algebra. I think this is the grace that the Indian scientific community has always maintained. This is a huge gathering here. I can see many researchers and many future scientists here. They are going to co-mingle, co-think, co-brainstorm. And I'm sure that when you will be here for next 5 days, you will make sure that you breathe out of the many things something for the very ambitious mission of our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, that is the Swasth Bharat mission and the Make in India mission. when we say make in India, the Prime Minister doesn't mean that we want to convert India into a territory where there are factories of Indians. But what he expects is that the scientific community should get us new technologies. They should use their intellectual acumen to produce better technologies to be used by the industry so that the industry has a cutting edge in this whole world, and we can certainly ensure better progress for various people in the rest of the world. Friends, we all remember that exactly 102 days before today, when we had a very, very historic mission accomplished in India. Our Mangalyaan was launched successfully. We had successfully ensured the success of Mars orbiter mission. Our Prime Minister had said that the scientists of India have achieved the impossible. I think that was a golden day in the history of Indian space science. And I think that from 1947 onwards, what we could achieve under the leadership of our Prime Minister, this was certainly a very, very historic day. And a lot of other things have been achieved in this field of space. And Honorable Prime Minister recently, when he gave a call to the scientists that now we are going to produce our own helicopters, our own submarines, our own fighter planes, I think every scientist in this country had a missed heartbeat. But friends, we had so many young future scientists in all our villages who were so enthusiastic about it, who were so positive about it, who were so encouraged from his call that they literally clenched their fists, they pumped their blood into their fists and said, yes, we can do it. This is the change that Shri Narendra Modi has brought about in the scientific community of this country. And I'm sure that, unfortunately, earlier we were using many of our scientists to the foreign countries, to the various labs all over the world, to the industrial world. But I'm sure with the encouragement that we are able to give to our scientists and our future budding scientists in times to come, under the able leadership of Shri Narendra Modi ji, time is not far away when we shall certainly be able to restore the old glory of this country back, and we shall certainly be able to make our future brighter than our glorious past. Friends, I don't want to be here between you and your beloved Prime Minister. But before I finish, I want to raise an important issue and bring it to the knowledge of the international community and seek your guided attention on this. Recently, we have all seen that the prices of oil have fallen from $115 per barrel to almost $50 per barrel. It is a welcome thing for the people of India, for the people of this world. But what worries me as a doctor or as a person with scientific temper or as a person who is committed to environment or as a person who has taken a lot of inspiration from what Mr. Narendra Modi had done in Gujarat, I feel that this has a potential to hamper research all over the world for our alternate sources of energy, clean sources of energy, particularly renewable sources of energy. And we have seen that Mr. Narendra Modi has converted Gujarat's deserts of Gujarat into sources of infinite solar power, which is, I think, something which the whole world has to learn from. And I seek the indulgence of the scientific community of India to make sure that even if the prices of oil are falling all over the world, the research into alternate sources of energy and the clean sources of energy, it doesn't go down. I'm sure you will all apply your able minds to it. With these few words, I once again thank all of you. Let us take a pledge to serve Mother Earth through science. And I'm sure once we start serving Mother Earth through science, our Mother India is going to progress. And once Mother India will progress, the whole world will progress. And the whole country and the whole world will be proud of the scientific community of India. With these few words, I once again thank all of you and particularly laud the efforts of all the Nobel laureates who are present here, and more particularly the young Manjul Bhargav and Dr. Subhash, who have not even reached their 40s and have done commendable service for the service of science and for the service of India and for the service of the whole world. Thank you so much.